Most of the deals on Tuesday surrounded clean energy, renewable energy, and nuclear, and there were really agreements to work together, not real purchases. But just in the last few hours, we've seen that Xinhua is reporting the purchase of 300 Boeing airplanes, and that agreement was signed also on Tuesday. It wasn't publicly announced, but now it appears that Chinese media is releasing photographs of that signing ceremony, and in fact that agreement also includes, according to reports, COMAC cooperation with Boeing to build the 737 in China. That would be very significant because, of course, Boeing's major competitor, Airbus, does have a factory where it assembles planes in Tianjin. And China, as you know, is going to replace the United States in the next 20 years as the world's largest air market, I should say, air travel market. So this is a significant development and, of course, could be a big boon for the Seattle economy where Boeing makes its aircraft here. I want to take you, though, now to a review of the first day of President Xi's visit. A sunny Seattle morning for Chinese President Xi Jinping and First Lady Peng Liyuan on their first U.S. state visit. Their smiles and waves greeted dozens of onlookers, among them American children presenting flowers, Washington State's Governor Jay Inslee, and former U.S. Ambassador to China Gary Locke.
We're very proud and honored that President Xi Jinping will be making this his first stop in the United States on his way to Washington, D.C. It's also following the tradition of three previous leaders of China, starting with Deng Xiaoping, Jiang Zemin, and Hu Jintao.
On the day of his arrival, President Xi Jinping used a rare interview with the Wall Street Journal to tackle many of the challenges between the U.S. and China. And Tuesday night, he had hundreds of U.S. business leaders waiting on his every word. U.S. business leaders are looking for reassurances on the direction of China's economic reforms. They also want to hear from President Xi about the future of internet regulation and cybersecurity in China.
China is a staunch defender of cybersecurity and also victim of hacking. We will not engage in commercial theft or encourage it. Cyber theft and hacking crimes must be punished in accordance with law and the national treaties. The international community should, on the basis of mutual respect and trust, work together to build a peaceful, safe, open and a cooperative internet space. China is willing to set up a high-level joint dialogue mechanism with the United States on fighting cybercrimes.
While President Xi prepared his first policy speech of the trip, 5 U.S. governors and 6 Chinese governors met to discuss ways to improve energy efficiency and modernize their electrical grids. The focus on fighting climate change extends to a new agreement between China National Nuclear Corporation and Seattle's TerraPower. They signed a deal to produce a next-generation nuclear power plant they hope will be smaller, cheaper, and safer. It's a direct result of the agreement to reduce greenhouse gas emissions reached between China and the U.S. last November. Other deals signed Tuesday include an agreement to work on clean energy research between the University of Washington and Xinhua University, and a technology-based venture arranged between Shenzhen and Seattle. And we should note that, of course, previous Chinese presidents on their visits to the United States have also made these types of large purchases of Boeing aircraft. I remember President Hu purchasing 60 in 2006 and then 200 in 2011 when he came for his first and only state visit. You know, the president of China speaking on Tuesday night here in Seattle, telling a lot of personal details in the course of also defending the economic reforms and the progress that has been made in China on that. He also made sure to note something on the strategic side, and that was this rising idea that there has to be conflict between a rising power like China and a current one like the United States. He said that simply does not have to be the case.